Alright. I've got it streaming. And let me find the link. If I were a link, where would I be? I'm specifically trying, like, I'm letting the patrons look first to help me test. So I'm guessing it'll be channel. No, that makes sense.
Are you brave enough to
No.
give Bean Boozled?
There we go. Alright. Alright. That looks good enough. Does it work? I have absolutely no idea. Why is it streaming Lomat? That's totally banned. Guys, it's streaming Lomat instead of SperBSim. That's ridiculous. Of course that's going to happen, like, once I actually start. I see a settings button. Yep, I meant to do that, you guys. Not that there's necessarily anyone there yet. There we go. That wasn't so bad. Nice! So I'm gonna have to figure out how to respond to people, like, talking. Like, there's talking there. Oh, it's PL. Hi, PL. So I'm trying to figure out the right way to balance between, like, actually looking at the code and being able to see the stream. I'm thinking of... I'll pull that out for now. Alright. So my goal, and I'm going to shove this into debug ramblings too, but I spent the morning brainstorming with AW and TG. We're going to add the law aspect. And what that is going to mean... Debug ramblings. It's actually been a while since I've updated this page directly. I've been rambling in so many other places. Alright. Time for law. So, like, the first step about law, like, it's about allowing and disallowing things. So... IPL. Like, I'm trying to figure out still the best way to communicate with people versus... whatever. I'm going to go into the code throws. I'll pay attention to you guys if I remember to. So, the important thing about law is it's going to be about allowing or disallowing things. And we want it to tie into the AI engine, because the AI engine is, let me demonstrate, fucking huge. The AI engine is just so much fucking stuff, and that's just one set of things. So, like, using something that big is going to give us a lot of power. So how it's going to work is, using the AI engine, we will give scenes to law players. Different scenes depending on what their class is. Like, we'll wire that up. That won't be difficult. There's going to be this list on all game entities of scenes they are banned from doing currently or have to do currently. And that's going to end up being not too much work. We're toying with the idea of having 2 more lists that more are about, like, you can't do a scene that has this effect. And that'll be a lot more work. So, first things first, since we were already in there, close that, close all the AI stuff. We have a new aspect, and, fuck it, I'm just gonna copy Doom. That's like canon, right? Law is just Doom plus. We've got law, we add it to Git, rename the fucker. Haha, I'm cursing. I think... I feel like there should be a class name somewhere, like just the word Doom should be somewhere in this. Aha, Alright, so this is bare minimum of haha law exists. So my goal is to let... Alright, so then we basically got everything set up. Okay, usually a two-screen thing makes it hard on the laptop. Could have the chat up on phone, says PL. I'll try that. What? No, that's ridiculous. So, like, the way the CSS works for this is that it's like... I can always see the video, but I can accidentally hide the chat. So yeah, I'm only on a laptop right now. Nice. Alright. So, is there a way to just say, only show the chat? I can clear the chat. I can do moderator bullshit. I can hide the chat. I can pop out. Oh, yes. I like that. Someone say something in the chat so I can confirm it's actually wired up and not just, okay, there we go. Alright, so that works out very beautifully. So as long as I have that up and IntelliJ, which it's not wanting to... Okay, IntelliJ... Actually, I kind of wonder what that's going to do to the stream. Let me go check. If I made the screen smaller... No, it still looks the same. That's good. Like, I was worried, because it took me a while to get the whole thing on. I'm using just, like, this open source thing. And it started out, like, zoomed way the fuck in. So... That's working. That's working. No, that's low mat. Tisk tisk. Bring up the chat. And then make that a little bit smaller. Maybe. Man, configuring my environment is so boring. You guys don't even know. And this is just simple configuration. Oh, that's good. That's good, PL. Because, like, I tried so many different programs, and they're all like, black screen. And I'm like, oh my fuck, just work. Like, I think I've been at this since 10 a.m. I've been doing this for 2 goddamn hours. Alright, so everything still looks good there, so maybe it's time to let the broader public know. Because, like, the whole point of this is not only will it encourage me to focus on only coding for a period of time, but a lot of the indie game stuff was talking about, like, hey, this is a way to build your indie game stuff. I know, PL. Like, I knew I should have waited for you, but I'm bad at waiting. So, whatever. I trial by fire. Alright, so I'll let the general peeps know. Which makes it sound like they have a rank. Alright, so GitHub spam is doing a thing. That's doing a thing. I'll have to giggle snort real quick. People keep asking about the secret store. So I'm going to giggle snort. How do you normally ask Google what products exist for a given search term? Alright, time to post in Sim News. I don't want to do an at everyone or an at here, because that would just be cruel. Instead, I will be cruel in the other direction and just fucking quote OO. Should I, like, directly tell people about the face reveal, or should I just, like... So Peel's talking about screen capture. I really just wanted to be on IntelliJ. Like, you guys don't need to see me doing Discord stuff briefly while I do a post. You know, assuming you can see it, that's what it looks like to me. Let me check the stream just to be sure. Yeah, it looks fine to me. Alright. So I did a post. I'm not going to directly tell people that there's a face reveal. Let them figure that out on their own. H-Y... Oh, hype. Okay, I accept that. Alright, so now I'm going to actually start coding now that I've actually told people about it. I've got IntelliJ up. I'm making sure I can see the Twitch thing. You guys don't need to see Lomad either. What if I accidentally reveal choice secrets? And by accidentally, I mean the source is on Git. Everybody can read it. Yeah, I've got it set specifically to window capture, so it's just one particular window, which is good enough for now. Like, I want to be able to focus on just one thing at a time. Absolute worst case scenario, I'll figure out the other way later. But this is good enough for, like, hey everybody, watch JR definitely focus on just coding law, and not like, shit, I'm not done with the doll work, I'm not, Lomad has a bunch of features I want to have. I think there's like 16 fucking bugs in my list. The point is, if I don't work on SperBSim, no, we need law. Alright, so we've got some law stuff figured out. Alright, so first thing we do is obviously we want law to work as an aspect. If it doesn't do basic aspect shit, it's not even an extra aspect. So I probably should have asked AW about all this. We can configure it later, and TG is going to help with the AI. But so basically these three parts are a really basic way aspects and classes can customize themselves. So for instance, if you were a thief, and then this will show up the same place in like a class. So thief was my example. Let's grab a thief out. So thieves have a pretty strong weighting toward items. They like stuff. Whereas they're not very likely to get magic, but they're equally likely to get a companion. So, you know, they get a posse. So we want to figure out, like, what should law be about? And in GlitchFAQ, which is definitely what AW is taking inspiration from, law is about edicts. It's about, that is illegal. You're not allowed to touch it. You're not allowed to do things with it. So I'm thinking, like, the highest thing is going to be frame motifs. Like, I think I have these add up to 2. Let's make sure. Let's go find another aspect and see if there's any consistency I'm doing. Heart. Hell yes. Alright, so heart. I'm actually having it add up to 1. Am I ignoring that for Dream? No. So let's have it add up to 1. So, 1-ish. I don't know, I kind of associate the law a little bit with companions, you know? Like, I mean, what's the point of law if you can't tell people what they can or cannot do? But it's definitely not associated with items, I'm thinking. We'll give a small association with companions, and then we'll dial this one back down just a bit to accommodate that. Good enough. 10 points. Difficulty. I think difficulty is used for, okay, I was about to say it's not used for anything. Interesting. So difficulty is apparently, and I didn't remember this at all, it's apparently used to decide whether or not you basically get, Yalderbog. Whether you get Yaldabaoth or one if you get, the really easy denizen. And then there's, you know, just regular denizen stuff too. So law, I fought the law and the law won. I don't know, I don't think law should be that difficult. But it shouldn't be like baby easy either, so default makes sense. Oh shit, we need KR's palette. Where did KR put the palette? I know we have a law palette somewhere. Fuck. JR has no idea what JR is doing, but it's definitely fun. Alright, so I'll do this later because it's going to require me to, like, but it's almost like the, I think we decided that Law and Dream were opposites. And so Dream is light yellows and purples, whereas Law is almost like caution tape with how dark the purples are. Alright, so land names. So these are the kind of things, like if you have when you generate your lands, you want to have, like, okay, so fire, death, prophecy, these are all the original Doom stuff. I copied this out of Doom. So law, courts. Feel free to suggest stuff, like, in the text. Trials. Rules. Now, what else does law have other than its, like, explicit, like... And the glitch fact can be a bit more narrow than regular stuff, so it might just be law. Edicts. Let's get rid of all the extra shit. Control. Okay, yes. That makes a lot of sense. Laws, courts, trials, rules, edicts, cones. Actually, let's make sure exactly where this is used. You know, I think this might be deprecated, which would be interesting. I bet it is deprecated, to be honest. Yeah, we'll shove order in there, but I think this section's deprecated, which would be interesting. I fought the law and the law won. Yeah, I'm really pretty sure this is deprecated, so let's find out exactly what we need to do then. Can't hurt to do it, though. Helps us get in the right mindset. Alright, so... Obviously, the highest Doom level is... Not Doom, law is going to be the cone. Or, no, it's got to be something kind of shit-eating. Cone's Apprentice. Although I like alliteration, too. Cone's Apprentice. Kohai. Is that how you spell that word? Like the Japanese word for basically underclassmen. Kohai? Yeah, that's exactly how you spell that. There we go. Notice me, senpai, is basically the joke here. Alright. So... legal lad. What's some other alliteration we could have for the levels? Sheriff Sure Shot. Kohai of Cone. But, like, the way Hussey's echelon tiers is always, like, adjective noun. Like, it always ends in a noun. You're a credits buckaroo. Ideas wrangler. Like, it's gotta have that pattern, I'm pretty sure, whether it sounds better or not. I'm gonna stick with Cone Kohai? Maybe I'll get rid of the possessive, then. No one's gonna know what Kohai means anyway. Unless they're super cool. Chat handles. So we need things that start with L. L, 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 L. And they need to be like the capitalized words. Now, an ordinaducer is what, like, the troll version of it would be. No, you need the shit-eating echelon ranks. Alright, but it's got to be a noun. So, like a prince of law would be pompous. Pompous legal isn't a noun. Lawyer, obviously. Lawyer. Time to bust out a fucking thesaurus. By which I mean a phone. I fought the law and the law run. Alright, so... words that start with L. With L. Oh, litigator's good. Yeah, it's the second half, because it goes Prince of Law. P... oh, PL. Wow. Lands. Every so often I just do, things that don't make sense. Noun. Or things that start with L but aren't necessarily... Because you don't want, like Dave Strider did not have only time and night words in his chat handle, you know? So, letting it be a bit... Oh, hey, Gnome's here. Oh, laborer. Laborer. Da-da-da-da. Lady. Microsoft lady. Lad. Lamb. I'm not going to do, like, all the ones I'm seeing. Lawman. Well, that's got a nice Western feel for it. Luchador, yes. They will fucking, suplex lawbreakers. Judge doesn't start with L. We need L's. Well, we always have a little bit of weird lewd things, so lover. Don't worry, Gnome. Ooh. We need to go into Religious Lacerator. That's a good idea, too. Whether they're a troll or not. And I don't even know how to spell the non-troll version, so I'm not going to bother. But what we need to also do is, in interests, we need to start adding some L words in here. Music would be lyricist. Because these, what they do is by your interest, they look for if you can find an L word with your, if you can find something that starts with the right word for your aspect. It'll try to use that too. Lyricist. So justice will also have lawyer. Lawyer. Lacerator. You guys wonder why it's so easy to typo and we get this stuff. Lawman. Lawman. So, I mean, you can get things that are law-themed even though... Legislator? Nobody knows how to. Leech. We can have Leech for fantasy. Lich? Doesn't matter. Lich. Comedy. Laugh Master? Okay. Riddle me this, Batman. Why did I have Laugher? Oh, Light. Light would also have an L. Oh, we're fine then. Actually, that makes me wonder, why wasn't there L things in here to begin with? Loyalist, lawyer. Okay, we already had some. Let's get rid of lawyer and put legalist. So we actually don't need to add too many L's because they already exist. Which means this is going to fuck up Light too, which will be fun. Lamia, Leech. Legislator. We'll add that to the interests. Legislator. Alright, so that's probably good enough for that. What about... Yeah, we're good. So we've got a series of names. Frame motif names. I wanted to do stats, to be honest, real quick. So... Actually, let's do it this way. So, law is associated with lots of free will. They impose their will on others. And I think we decided... Oh, see ya, PL. Thanks for joining. Thanks for helping. Alright. So, AW said free will. Now, mobility was going to be... Mobility was going to be... the downside, because you're inflexible, you don't want to move. Now, what are my notes saying? My notes are saying... I thought the law... Oh, we wanted to have a little bit of negative spurb lore. Do we have anything that's actually negative, or... Yeah, good enough. Because the whole point is they don't want to break the rules. I fought the law and the law won. Oh, come on. Where is the notes? There we go. So the secondary power is going to be No, that wasn't it. There we go. Sanity. Plus to sanity. Sanity. So basically, law players are going to be rigid. They don't want to move. But, and you know, they want to also follow the rules. The rules say, finish your fucking land quest. They're going to do that. And mobility within SpurbSim isn't just about dodging attacks, but it's about, are you jumping from land to land, doing a bunch of side quests, wibbly and like breath players almost never finish their main quests. That's just how SpurbSim works. Not necessarily fight. I mean, because all players are going to try to fight villains. It's not going to be special for them. But they might do things like ban anybody's ability to get wasted. Like, that's going to be a possibility, is what we've been talking about. So that's an option. I want to also make them kind of resistant to Grimdarkness, but that's a different section. But at least we got the stats done. I'm going to roll back up. So we've got their handles. So their frame motif names. Oh, God. Can I just tell you guys how much I love the fricking frame motif engine? I don't care how dumb it is. Like, that's the point. The frame motif engine is the most thing I've ever loved. I might even love it more than the waste stuff, because it's just like... Fucking... At one point, it generated the frame motif censored hole waltz. And it was so beautiful. So... Frame motif names tend to be things like, well, like censored hole waltz. So there'll be a music word on the end. We just need random shit that sounds like law. Judge. Law abiding. Give me some word clouds, man. Law abiding, judge, legal. Like, really, we're just getting whatever words we want. Courting. Censored hole trial. That would be a void law frame motif. Trial. Edict. Jury. Thanks, gnome. Bailiff waltz? Yeah, I like that. You sure it has 2 Fs? I'm going to get so many typo reports, because it's been a long time since I've added, like, an aspect. Verdict. Sentence. That'll be a weird thing if you don't get it in context. Void sentence. Jail waltz. Okay, so it is 2 Fs. Bailiff, verdict, sentence, jail. We already had judge. Judge, jury, executioner. Alright, that's good enough for now. So... The Denizen song title would be like, well, like Nidhogg's Lament. So, dirge was chosen because it was kind of a doomy word. I remember when I was brainstorming all that shit. Legal. Opera, I think, is life. No, light. A slow... Well, what are types of music? I mean, it might not matter. We could just... It's just fucking doom. Let's just leave it. It's the one. Death's lawyer for now. The owner is strengthened and healed. There's only blah, 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 blah. Symbolic MacGuffins. So when they're in a quest, they might be asked to find a magical doom skull. So... what's the name of that tiny hammer judges use? I know the name of the tiny hammer. Judge hammer. I'm asking my phone. Actually, I haven't checked in on the stream in a bit. I don't even know what you guys can see or not see. Douche phone. It's called a gavel. I knew that. I fucking knew that. I'm gonna fight this code. Physical MacGuffins. Gavel. The magical caution tape. Rule book. Yes, you called it. Dictionary? What is dictionary but a rule book telling you what you can and cannot spell? Ooh, wig. Yeah, like a judge has a wig. Wig. What other kind of things? Handbook? Like a student handbook or whatever. You gotta do this stuff. Maybe a key? Or a lock? Because it's about locking things. So the non-physical MacGuffins, this might be like the name of a play or something. Legal. It's got to be kind of plural too, maybe. Let's find what does mine say about shit? What are some MacGuffins we've got? Decisions, consequences. This would be like an X of decisions if you're doing like a frame motif. So rules. Rules is fine. Orders. Edicts. Sentences. That's probably good enough for now. Like, we can expand on these later for definite. Deadpan. Yeah, just like Doom, it's going to be deadpan, which means that was the name PL chose for things that are immune to Trickster. Not just... Because Heart players, they'll turn Trickster, but then they don't do anything different. But, whatchamacallit, regular Doom players, they don't just... It's not affected at all. Alright, so... To be honest, I really want to go edit Trickster mode sometime and give them some additional AI. Not too different from... From what's-his-face? The fucking clown. How do I not remember the name of the clown? This is going to bother me for a while. So big bads are kept over here. Clown? Did I not? Oh, that's right. Literally Hussy's a thing. Smokey. Cone. We gotta be close. Zingo. It was Zingo the clown. Fuck. Why is Zingo not in here? Is it because I regexed it? It also claims Smokey isn't in here. Match case. Haha, that's the problem. Because it was entirely possible that I accidentally deleted Zingo the Clown. I did that before. It could take me a long time to figure it out. Okay, so what are some examples of gods or mythological figures that we want to associate with law? To the internet. The internet says, and this is on my phone, gods of law. We might have duplicates from other aspects. Themis, the ancient Greek Titaness, fairness and law. Well, yes, we'll add Phoenix and Right as well then. Themis. No, you can't stop it now. You put that out there, man. These are now denizens. The denizen right. Justice deities. There's one. Wait, no. I want gods? Apparently Zeus is considered one. Jupiter and Zeus. Let's give him Jupiter, because I'm pretty sure we already have... Shiva... I don't know, that's like an actual modern religion. We should avoid it. You said Dyke? Dikey? God. Oh, cool. Marduk? Marduk is a Babylonian god of judgment. Oh, shit. I got lost. There we are. Also stop doing that. Alright, I'm going to add Marduk, and then we'll be done with this section. Marduk. We're not even at... Oh, Fortuna. Oh, yeah, okay, I want Fortuna. I played way too much fucking Persona to not put Fortuna in. Alright. So we've got the stats. Its name is Law. It is not fucking canon. I'll just put a note for future JR. To do. Have a real Gnosis event for Law. Don't just steal Dooms. Ooh! This is a fun part. We get to make items. Let's limit it to just 3. Because the whole point of Fanon is they're both more broken and they're less fleshed out than canon. That being why they didn't get added to the main game. So yes, let's go for... Actually, you know what? Give me 1 second. Let's go over to... Fuck, I screwed something up, didn't I? There. There was a red squiggle. You gotta defeat him when you find him. Let's go ask Justice what its items are. Gavel, caution tape, and handcuffs. Yeah, I'm definitely going to add a stop sign, don't worry. But I'm going to steal this for now. I fought the law and the law won. Alright, we can get rid of that, and that, and that, and that. So the good going is going to be stop sign. And it will be a staff. It'll be made of metal, and it'll be... Shogun hasn't made any quip about this. What should AB say about the stop sign? There. Be sufficiently whatever. Stop sign. Should be restraining, yeah, because it's stop. Alright, caution tape. It's plastic. Oh, we should also make this aspect related. Aspectal. Because the whole point of aspect items is they're meant to be a little bit more buff than what you might find in other places. Which means we'll want to change names too, or people playing Alchemy Sim will be upset. Alright, so... Law gavel. Law caution tape. Good enough for now. It's aspectal. Actually, how does AB not have any descriptions for, like... Man... And then a B description is going to just be just generic shit, only used for Alchemy Sim. Advantage. Alright. I don't want to worry about themes right now. TG is going to handle that later. Now one thing I want to do is, because we want to actually see this working, right? And the best way to do that is to get a palette that isn't just Doom. So, with apologies to KR, let's just put fucking bullshit everywhere, just so we can know it's working or not. Like, this is going to look really dumb, and I can't wait. Alright, so the last thing we need to do to make a new aspect, and actually I should have made sure the secret modders were aware of this, because they do this kind of shit all the time. Like, the secret modders are constantly making aspects and classes and stuff. So we go into aspect, and we go, hey. Law. And then we initialize it right here, right under Dream. I fought the law and the law won. It will be 14 will be its ID. So, in theory, this will just work, except there's some kind of... Oh, well, for one, I'm capital. I didn't mean to be the capital. And I gotta make sure I import it. God, I hate red squiggles. Import law. What are you mad at now? Come on, don't be like this, baby. There we go. Sperpsum is so big, it takes that long for anything to change. So I guess the next thing we want is the easiest way to see a new aspect is to check the care creator, which seriously needs to be deprecated. So I'm going to get this going, and then I'm going to go to the stream and let you guys see too. It'll take a little bit. So go over to the stream and ask it to instead target not that one. Maybe this one? No, shit. Alright, so I'm going to shove you guys back at the other one for a second. Sperpsum. And then I'm going to actually... I turned my computer off, which means I have to rescue fucking... Dardium. That's just how it be. So it's going to take me a few seconds to get it hacked again. Because, like, I don't know how many people remember, but, like, a while ago, like, our version of Dart expired completely. Like, they're not supporting it anymore. But PL says that you can't actually run our shit in the new version yet. Like, there's a bug in their shit. Which is so fucking unfair. But so we're stuck in the past. While they do their shit. Alright, so maybe it'll work now? Question mark. Alright, now let's see if we can get the streaming software to do its thing. Streaming software, pay attention to this weird experimental browser that should not live. Will you do it for me? It's just black. I guess I just can't see it. Well, that is disappointing. I guess I can post a screenshot in GitHub spam, but it's not the same, you know what I mean? Damn. Damn, son. Alright, well, I'll put it back in IntelliJ and we'll just live our best lives. Boop. So I'll post a screenshot, and I guess those playing along at home won't be able to see it. Yes. So I will post it in GitHub spam, but this edgy boy is currently our first law player. He is all black. And there's a bug, not a bug, but it says aspect help not found for law. So that's something we need to do. So Edgy Boy was our main character. We need... So we've got this open. This is the character creator. We can press Control B to jump to where the code lives and see if we can find any of the aspect. No, so it must be, they must have a helper. Character creator controller is self. I remember there was some kind of like... There we go. We had a character creator helper. God, this is such old code, you guys. Each time we're jumping around is me just going, hey, go to where this gets created. So let's look for Doom. Alright, so if the specific thing we're looking for is law, law players are associated with free will aspects, but yeah, it's going to be when the character creator. That's what we're working on right now. With high free will and inflexible movements. Sanity. So the first part of any of the descriptions is basically a description of the stats. Alright, law players. Gosh, okay. Law players are capable of banning or requiring action in those around them or themselves. Because I guess you could be like an active, like if you're an active law player, you could ban death in yourself, in theory. If you're a passive law player, you'd ban death for everyone around you. That's an example. Alright, I wish you guys could see the finished product. I fought the law and the law won. So I'm going over to check just to make sure the screenshot looks right. Alright, to be honest, even though it's boring, I should probably go try to find the palette. I know it's somewhere. Because the best part about a new aspect is just getting to see whatever. Alright, I can either work on the palette or I can show you guys the first start of actually coding it. I'm not sure which one would be better. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to, like, have me boringly look for palette information or, like, actually start coding shit but it not be hooked up yet? Color? Color, 1 vote for color, 1 vote for coding, 1 vote for color again, but with the British spelling, which definitely means the Prince of Flow is 2 different people, a continent apart, an ocean apart. Alright, I will spend 3 minutes attempting to find the palette. If I can't find it after that, then we're just going to go live somewhere else with our lives. I fought the law and the law won. Come on, I've only got 3. If you were law, and you were law's palette, that KR specifically made, where would you be? I know KR has it. You know, I could just go bother. I'm pretty sure Shogun knows what it is. Alright, if Shogun gets back to me, we can continue that. Otherwise, I'm just going to do coding. Alright. Alright now, ladies. I'm gonna clear out everything I've been working on except law. Close others. Bam. So the scary thing is, well, actually, you know what? Let me give you guys the 50-cent tour. The 50-cent tour is that here are these lists of regular scenes. They're how legacy SpurbSim works. Everything's based on the AI engine these days. But, like, players and stuff, like, here we have luck stuff. It's just a scene, and it's got hundreds and hundreds of lines of code. As opposed to the AI engine's a lot more flexible. But we've got, like, Christmas. This is basically, you know, both alchemy in general and what Dream players do. Voidy shit. Both Rage and Void use this code. So the challenge with Fanon is I don't want to add more of this stuff. It's a lot of work. And I'm not doing this full time anymore. I'm also working on Lomat. I'm working on the doll stuff. I've got to, like, decide what's worth my time. So instead of having big giant files like this, we're going to mostly have it working through the AI engine, which I showed you. It has all that fucking code. And it's very extendable. You can do a lot of shit with it, but it still needs to have hooks into things. So the plan is law players, and really we can reuse this for other types of AI, but there is going to be 2 sets of lists. One of the lists is going to be, here's the scenes you are never allowed to do ever again. And then the other list is going to be, here's a list of scenes that you have to do at your first opportunity. Like, you're just gonna do it. Even if it doesn't make sense, even if it might break the game. Because again, the Fanon aspects and classes are meant to be not as polished. And not just like, oh, I'm lazy. Like, it's meant to be narratively. There's a reason only 12 of each made it into the final product. Like, in Hussey's final product. So the big thing is I want to have the least amount of work for the most amount of bang for all the Fanon class specs. So I'm going to add 2 arrays, and then I'm going to add some checks in the scene handling stuff that goes, okay, you could have done this scene, but it's in one of your arrays, we're not going to do it. Or, okay, you were required to do this scene. It doesn't matter if it's like corpse mooching and no corpse exists. You're doing it. And then I crash the sim. But that's why you don't use unstable Fanon class specs. I'll probably put small amounts of, like, okay, well, be a little careful. Because my goal is for Fanon to crash for less than 10% of sessions. So it crashing is sort of a narrative thing. So in any case, now that I've given you guys a crash course in what scenes look like, I'm going to go back up to where the game entities are. Where did they even go? There they are. So a standard game entity is... Ugh, I'm so embarrassed of this code. It's nearly 1,400 lines long, and that's so totally illegal. You're not supposed to code this way, but game entity is one of the oldest files in all of SpurbSim, and 2017 JR never thought this was going to get this big. So I made some bad decisions, and it would take a very, very long time to fix those bad decisions. And instead, I could work on, SpurbSim 2.0 someday. So we're going to have a list of strings called banned scenes. And we're going to have a list of strings called required strings. Past JR is the worst R. Yes, that is correct. Also the worst JR. The more past JR you get, the worse they are at coding, so, I mean, that just explains to you why past JR is so terrible. And scenes, not streams. So, I mean, this is just standard Dart code. It's just like, oh, hey, there's going to be a list. It's empty right now, but eventually it'll have stuff in it, and that's what the AI is going to do, is put things in it, remove things from it. So, we haven't shaken out exactly what the AI is going to do, but one example is we want princes and bards of law, so they kind of invert everything. They require you to get wasted. even if you in theory shouldn't be able to get wasted, you're going to get wasted. They're like, no, you got to break the rules. You got to. It's the rule that you break the rules now, bro. So that's gonna be fun. But so we also have, we should have a list of scenes. Yeah, we got a list of scenes here. So no, that's a lie. Okay, so whenever I tell you guys that SpurbSim is so big that it's physically painful to code for sometimes, this is what I'm talking about. So you see the way the red squiggles kept moving around, and it's like, this doesn't exist. Oh, and now it's fine. So that took like a minute. An entire minute of my life was spent waiting for SpurbSim to realize that, yeah, the typo I did was over. So now that it's not like fucked up, in theory, oh god, this code is so big. Oh my god, it's too, yeah. So like, sometime I'm gonna stream like working on Lomat, and you're gonna be like, wow, everything works so much faster because it's not a giant miserable pile of secrets. So what I wanted to go was to do process scenes, which is right here. Click, and it lets me just go there. So all game entities, whether they're a player, whether they're the queen, you know, the black queen, whether they're a... Okay, denizens don't count. I was about to say denizens, but anything that's active runs this loop. They process their scenes. So in this, basically, if they've got, and a serializable scene is the AI engine, so if they've got one of the fancy new scenes, make sure it's in there. What is a dart? A miserable pile of secrets. But once they have scenes, they make sure that the scene knows, you know, who's calling it is me, you know, whatever the game entity is. And then it goes, if it's triggered, then render whatever the content of the scene is. So for voidy stuff, we've got the trigger right here. And so for voidy stuff, it does a bunch of shit, but basically it says, if you can find a void player, and they have... Oh. You know, I would have thought it would have asked if they have powers available, but whatever. Past JR doesn't necessarily make sense. So whether or not a void player has powers, they can do stuff. Same thing for rage. I guess they kind of don't quite follow the rules. Oh wait, no, there we go. Has powers. Oh wait, no. Ooh. Okay. So what the code is doing is it says, find an enabling player, which will be a void or a rage player. If the enabling player exists and they have powers, then there's a random chance it'll either do something or not, and it's guaranteed to do something if the rage field is up. Like, rage field is like guaranteed shenanigans. There should be a passive player check or not. Oh, there we go. Is active. So basically it's saying if you're a passive player or occasionally random shit, instead pick, like, so you're the void player, but you enable void shenanigans in the space player if you're passive. So basically it's just like, hey, return true if there's somebody who wants to do a scene, period. So that would be an example of a trigger, which is what we're seeing right here, which is why this might crash, because we're going to add a shitty little OR here. So we're going to wrap this up. So we're basically saying OR required scenes.contains name, which doesn't exist yet. So we're basically saying if do I want to care about availability? Yeah, let me actually put this one in, because what it's saying right now is the dead can do this. Alright, guys, you're in charge. Should law players be allowed to tell the dead what they're allowed to do or not? Yes, no. Any takers? I'm torn. Yes, 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 yes. Alright, so if you're dead, you're still allowed to do whatever the law player told you to do. You know, people have been asking for zombies to be in the game anyway, so... Alright, so... Even the dead must obey the law. Alright, so... If you're available, generally that means you're alive, you haven't already done anything, and you've triggered, okay, then do your content. Or, if your required scenes contains the name of this scene we're looking at, then do the content. So the reason we're going to be getting some crashes, which I'm going to worry about once we get there, is this says if there is a player, you can do it. The law is going to say if you're required by law to do voidy stuff every turn, there might not be a player. So have fun with that. Because, like, right here, it's going to already crash. It's going to be like, increase the power of the player. There's no player. So I don't want to actually break if there's any required scenes. So breaky thing. So this line basically says once you've done one thing, you're done. If you're available. Like, time players and breath players, I think, never become unavailable. That's their superpower. But if we were to do that, so let's say, you're required to corpse smooch. Okay? You won't do it if it turns out you did something already. Like, oh, but you already did a quest. You can't corpse smooch. So this goes, wait, but you might have a required scene. Keep checking. So this is definitely going to slow stuff down, but there's a reason we don't want Fanon in. Fanon makes things slower. So that's if it's required. We're going to do a nested loop in here. So basically, even after it's triggered... No, I don't like that. That's a little messy. I hate this giant if statement, though. So if... band scenes dot contains scene.name. It'd be s.name. So, if the band scenes has the right name, and then there's a bang in front of that, which means not. So this basically says, if the current scene is not banned, and you're available and it's triggered, or it's required. So, if you manage to have a scene that is both banned and required, what would happen? I think it wouldn't happen. Or... no, it would happen. It would definitely happen. So requiring a scene is going to override banning the scene. Which I'm fine with. So now what we need to do is we need to go over to scene and be like, you have a name now, I'm sorry. Which is going to be like, I'll do that offline, but it'll be boring, like... bullshit. And actually, let me make sure what the name of... Oh, hey! Milky Way Marks. Here's the name of the person who just said hello to me. So what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to see... We've got regular scenes, serializable scenes, they inherit. Oh, hey, Astoria, then. What I want to do is figure out, do these have... Yeah, they have names. Add override. So basically it's inherited now. So every kind of scene has names now, even if... Like right now they're just going to be question marks. Oh yeah, it's totally an and, you're right. But let's go back over. So it's an and. This isn't LOMAT, this is, we're working on adding law aspect to SperBSim. So it says, this has to be true, and this has to be true, or this has to be true. So there's an or in there. Actually, to make it a little bit more obvious, we'll add another set of parentheses, which basically says, the two things in here must be true, or it's required. So even more parens, because parens are, yeah, they're a thing. So we gave a name to scenes. Most of them are going to be named question mark, question mark, question mark. As we start doing AI stuff, then I'm going to give stuff names. I know Get Wasted is going to be one of them, though. Like, that was one of the things we brainstormed, so I'm going to go find Get Wasted real quick. I'm going to grab a drink real quick. Alright, what am I doing and why? I'm going to Get Wasted. What is Get Wasted? Does exactly what... Like, this is actually the text that the Waste Blanket and the Waste Notebooks have. Oh, shit. Let's see how many fuck words are in here. Fuck. Fuck. There's 14 fuck words. Oh, hey, look, a note to Future JR. That's me. You're gonna wonder why I'm making a new random with the existing seed here. It's because async is a fucking bitch. And since I can't predict how long it will take, other scenes eat the random. Man. Poor past JR. Having to figure that out must have been so hard. Oh look, there's past JR yelling about async again. Ooh, this is a place we can do. I wanted to add, see ya. So I wanted to just name this, but real quick I want to give them a Gnosis 3 instead of breaking. Cool. Alright. So let's really quickly wire up a Gnosis 3 for law. Enforce the rules. Gnosis, yeah. It's, yeah. It's a old religious thing that became a weird cult that became a fucking thing people used to talk about Homestuck. Yeah, it's got some gnome in there too, you're right. Alright, so if it's law, requiring all players to do their main quests and not lollygag. Boop. So they're going to be in exploit mobility. So we're also going to put law in here. Oops. Basically, the rules are you do the main quest, right? Player.aspect equals aspects.law. Yes, Gnosis is a female gnome. Gnomesis. Gnostic. Gnosis. I think even though they have the same derived words, Gnostic versus Gnosis, it's... I want to say that the different, God, English is such a shit language, isn't it? I want to say the vowels get changed, but let's find out if I'm wrong. I'm going to go quick on Chrome where you can't see and totally be like, how to pronounce Gnosis. How to pronounce Gnosis. Let's find out together, friends.
Gnosis.
Haha, see?
Gnosis.
Gnosis. The reason I know is because there was this fucking video game. Yeah, the G is silent, but yeah, there was this video game where the Gnosis were the enemies. So, congratulations, me. So actually, we just got fucking law. Ooh, I should probably commit. Oh my god, I forgot. I haven't been committing this whole time, which means if my computer were to crash, we'd lose all this beautiful code we just did. Users. Jaded idea. SpurbSim. Gnosis 3 hooked up, and a lot else for law. Get push, origin master, Gnosis. But yeah, the Gnosis were the enemy in this video game. We were going to name this fucker. It was going to take 1 second, and I got distracted being like, oh, I could hook up. At override, that means ignore what your parents said. String name equals get wasted. So I know we're going to need it there. I don't need to name every fucking scene, but that's a good place. Yeah, it was Xenosaga. Yes. The Gnosis. Why are you upset at me? I did! It's right there! Did I misspell override? I did. There's supposed to be 2 R's. Typoing and misspelling is so common for me. I shouldn't be allowed to code. It should be illegal. So I see a red squiggle, but I don't... It could just be the IDE catching up to me. I'll probably... Yep, there it goes. It takes a fucking minute for it to catch up. I hate that. This project is too big. We fucked up. We flew too close to the sun. Really, all that's left then is I need to update the AI engine to actually work with, Wait, there's a TV Tropes page for SpurbSim? And it's a webcomic? Well, shit, man. Somebody should update that. So we want to get into the AI engine, right? Do I want to do that now? Priorities for today involve I need to finish the doll engine, just facts. And I'm not going to do that while streaming, because it's mostly just, oh, look, there's a red squiggle. Right-click, hit import. Right-click, hit import for, an hour. So I'm not going to do that. I want to work on Lomat too, but I might want it to be a little bit further. I'm not going to stream every time I code, or I'll never get anything done. I can at least get one AI engine done. There's people here, and I know at least one person said they were coming back, and it would suck if they, came back to, oh, we're all done, goodbye. So, and I kind of want to, I've been complaining about, I want to use the Big Bad Engine / the AI engine, because it's huge, it's cool, it's other people than me can use it. Like, I'm going to, like, write this little section in the AI engine, and then TG will make, like, 40 scenes. Or whatever. The TV Tropes page is character descriptions. That's amazing, and it's only me. Just JR. So, I want to show off the AI engine to you guys, / work on some. So it was originally conceived as being part of the Big Bad system. And then I was like, wow, we can use it for carapaces and players, and why not just run off this? Is JR a jerk-ass creator? Alright, yeah, you can, and eventually, like, so with SpurbSim, I'm balancing, you know, the fan-in update was always promised. I'm definitely the jerkess of the group. I keep saying I'm the villain and not Shogun. But the point is, the next update for SpurbSim is going to be chunked. I want it to have frequent, like, well, frequent. It's not going to be as much in each update as it was for the Big Bad. But what I want is balancing, adding stuff like new fan-in, new code. And I also want to add the creators, like, so there's this really shitty beta version of a session customizer that already exists. It lets you import big bads, it lets you add AI to carapaces and players, and it lets you, you know, give people starting items. It's got some stuff. I want it to be better, and I want it to be easier to use. Once I've got that, I'll publicly release the AI engine tools, at which point, not only you won't even need to download the source code to mod SpurbSim to make Gnome a big bad gnome. Like, it will be part of the standard, like, this is how it works. So I'm looking forward to that. Oops. I'm organizing the whatever. Right, so I need to go back and do the thing. The thing is, once we're in, we need a pair of things. The easiest one to make is going to be the target conditions. That will be, this scene triggers when. So with Voidy stuff, the scene triggers when they find a player. And then the content rendered is shenanigans. So for this stuff, the target conditions are, what are your triggers? So we're going to have one on entity, and it's going to be basically, the trigger condition is going to be, what do you have in these two scenes? So that should be fairly simple. Shit. I'm kind of frustrated, that you guys can't see, like, the fucking Dartium browser just doesn't work, so you can't see, like, oh, here's me testing shit out. Actually, Shogun might have gotten back to me with the palette. Give me a second. Nope, it was just a picture of the palette, but not, like, the hex codes I would need. Alright, so what am I doing and why? I'm explaining how the engine works. So we're asking, does it have this string somewhere? That's actually pretty close to extra title. The way that mechanic currently works is you could be the challenged, like Shogun will challenge people. Is it Shogun? I think it's Shogun. One of the big bads challenges people, and you can become the challenged X of Y. So, as a condition, it says, does the title contain this or that? So, the pillow? Oh, it's not the pillow, it's the blanket. Yeah, it's not a pillow. It's a blanket I have just laying on the couch. Alright, so... yeah, I mean, if I'm going to, like, stream, I may as well... yeah, I think you're right. The Grim Reaper challenges people to, like, fiddle off, / joke off, / yeah, that's right, rap battles. Alright, so we want to copy this code. Boop-a-doo. Target, has banned scene. So we want to rename it. Target has banned scene. It extends target condition living because it'll be slightly different if it's you're targeting a dead person. Not a dead person. Fuck, what am I even saying? I'm just bullshitting. Lands. If you're targeting a land, it's not a living thing. Copy from JSON. No, that's not the one. The other place. There we go. Make new of same type. Type? Shit. There we go. There actually is special interactions between some big bands, but it's pretty fucking rare. There we go. So that's the bare minimum needed to... oh. Shit. I was in the wrong spot. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Empresses do something special for Shogun and, like, join up with them. And... I don't remember the others, but I think there's at least one or two more, but you can see how rare they are. Oh shit, why is there any printing? Oh fuck. Oh wait, that's just for the form, I don't care about that. Alright, so scenes banned contains, scenes banned does not contain. So the thing is, I think most people haven't seen the AI engine form builder, which is most of what I'm editing right now. So there's just like a flag for invert the target. So you can be like, I want to target somebody who has banned, who cannot get wasted. And then you can invert it and be like, wait, I want to target somebody who isn't banned from that. Okay, so weird interactions are never going to be a bug. It's just going to be a unintended feature. Actual bugs are things that either crash the game or mean some of my hard work just never shows up on screen. Like, oh, you made it a bug, so Void players will never do anything. Yeah, no, I'm gonna fix that. Everything else is... so one of the reasons why I chose GlitchFact to be the thing to mimic is they portray Spurb as this buggy piece of shit barely held together. So, like... I find it to be narratively satisfying when shit gets real. WV giving the Rage virus, who is not corporeal, being a pamphlet. That's not a bug. WV is just dedicated enough to freaking magic school bus his way to the microscopic level to hand a virus a pamphlet. You need to believe in the power of democracy, and I'm frankly disappointed in you that you failed to do that. Alright. Banned list must contain scene named. Banned list must not contain a scene named. Yeah, it's exactly like the power of mail. You get it. Like, if PM wants to deliver a fucking, like, butcher's knife to the Rage virus, she can. It might take her a while. There might be some bullshit, you know, in the way, but she is going to do it. And you just need to believe that. Contain a scene named... like, this is just stuff so that people using the engine don't get confused. Which up until now has mostly been TG and me. None of that needs to be different. Like, this is all just boilerplate. That might be all we need. So in order to actually hook this up to the form, we need to make two changes. one of them is there should be a library file. So, like, do you see how long this fucking library file is? This is every single kind of trigger condition for one of the new scenes. Like, it is... It's been a lot of work, so I want to use it where I can, you know? Has band scene. So it'll import it there. And then... So this is just a list of all currently possible triggers that target the living. The order I do them in is going to be the order they show up for the engine. It really doesn't matter. Interesting, interesting. So this one is for specifically serializable scenes. It won't work for anything else. The effect one is still pretty useful. We'll do that eventually. But yeah, this is in the same category of these things. Target has band scene. So in theory that will work. I want to test it before I copy it to do the same thing for the required scenes. So you guys can't see what I'm going to be about to do, but I'm going to... the AI engine scene creation is the correct page. And you could go into SperBSim right now and type in that, and you'd see the AI scene engine. So hey, go get wasted, have fun. But I'm going to open it up, and I am going to try to make a quick little scene that relies on that shit. I'm going to name the scene Blah. Blah. I don't even care anymore. Alright, so I'm going to target has band scene. Anyone with a band scene. Anyone who does not have a band scene. The name of this scene is called Blah. Blah. And I don't actually have an effect yet. Blah. So I've got this scene called Blah. I'm going to go open up the session creator. The session creator, which also isn't yet linked anywhere. Where does it live? Down here? Yeah, the session creator is right here. So I'm going to open that up, and I'm just going to shove Blah onto the first player and see what happens. In theory, it should just be like, it'll blah. Oh no, the video's frozen? Let me see. I don't think it's on my end. It looks like it's working. Yeah, and I see me doing things, so... There we go. I'm going to give the AI Blah to the first player, and I expect them to do a whole lot of blahing. I'm probably going to be done soon, though. Yep, they blood. So there were no crashes, nothing went wrong. Oh, I'm glad the video fixed itself then. So I can do one of two things. I can worry about... I can either make a second effect, filter, or I can do the effect to add something to the band list. And I think I want to work on the effect, because that's the best way to test. So the effects are going to be really almost the same thing. So instead of, we looked at has extra title, we're going to look at give extra title to be a thing to compare it to. Yeah. So we're going to copy this. Da, 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 da. We're saying give, I'm just going to call it ban scene. Ban hammer, we're going to add it to get, ban, and you know, this is just mild boilerplate. Like, this is way easier than, like, doing the equivalent stuff used to be when we didn't have this engine. So we're going to ban the scene, make a new of the same type. The effect, we're going to have to change. But we're also going to change the description. I'm going to say, make sure name is exact. Because if you typo or whatever, it won't work. Yeah, null originally as a class and aspect was just in JavaScript. If things broke, it would be like null. Like if you accidentally didn't have a class. When we converted to Dart and also converted to a more complicated class spec system, it would just crash. And so we wanted it to not crash, but also, I don't know, be narratively interesting. And then that turned into somewhat of a real thing. Limited possibilities. So we need to change the actual effect. So the actual effect right now, if this were to be to giving an extra title, is we just make the extra title be the important word, which is just the form entity, and the text feels chains, binding them against the concept of important word. So that pound sign, no, dollar sign means, hey, do the important word. Alright, so instead of extra title, we're going to go to the banned words, banned scenes, dot add. So all this should do is, like, it's almost the exact same stuff, is it's going to add the important word to the banned scenes. And there's some text that'll display, and then all the rest of it's just, like, really, I should just... I'm not here to refactor, but if I were smart, I would have taken this whole section and I would have made it, like, not part of the copy pasta. I'd make it its own, like, function. So, like, one of the cool things about working on all of this is that I'm always getting better and finding better ways to do things. Alright, so that should just work. Like, that was actually faster than filters. So what we need to do is the same thing we did for the other stuff. We need to add it to the lib. The action effect lib. So, like, look at all these fucking effects. It doesn't matter where we add it here. So it will be ban scene. But we need to put it in the right spot for this section. These are entity effects. We want it to be... ban scene. Alright, so now that I've got this, I'm going to commit real quick. Actually, I want to do just one test, so I'm also going to be... Where did ban scene go? I just saw it. It's going to give me red squiggles and be mad at me, but I'm going to make unban scene a real thing, too. Has... Oops, not there. That's not where I want to be. I want to be in the action lib. Unban scene. Because I want to make a test where they just ban and unban the scene they have. Unban scene. And this will be even easier than the one before, because everything is right. Unban scene. Make sure the name is exact. Breaking. Feels the chains around. The chains around. Important word. Breaking. Da 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 da. And then remove. And basically, if this gets called and you don't have that scene, it'll still be fine. It just won't do anything. Sup, RMH? I'm catching up on CPO. Oh, okay. Why do you have a red thingy? Oh, because of that. Fuck you, red squiggles. Fuck you well and truly. So basically we're going to be testing the full start to finish. If you ban a scene, can you do it anymore? So the expected behavior I have is I've got that blah scene. So I've got that AI. If you don't have blah banned, then blah. And then I'm going to have another scene where it's like, okay, well now blah's banned. And then, okay, well if it's banned, then make it unbanned. So what we should do is we should say them blah, get banned from blahing, and then get unbanned from blahing and blah again, which will ban them from blahing. So we should see them bounce between those two things. So, stepele first. I know you guys can't see this and it frustrates me, but what can you do? So first step is blah. So the character's still blahing, and now there's going to be an effect of... Where the fuck did ban go? It'll have an effect of banning the scene. Blah. So, if I were to give this to an AI, I would expect them to blah. Exactly once. So I'm giving it to this random fucking space player. And starting the session. I wish you guys could see. I'll post screenshots when it's... Oh. Yes. So, technically this scene targets anyone who currently is allowed to blah. And I'll post in GitHub spam. So that means that the Black Queen, the Black King, the White King, the White Queen, Jack Noir, the Page of Time, and the Bard of Space all get banned from blahing at the same time. So, like, the fucking space player blood once and then hated it so much they banned it across the board. Like, no one's allowed to blah ever again. And yeah, I can confirm it happens only once. So now I'm going to make a new scene, where it unbans blooing, and if that works, I'm going to call it a day. Or a session. I've got other shit to do for a little bit. Alright, so now I've got a time player troll, so I'm going to teach her how to blah, and then I'm going to have a scene called Unblah. Blah is unbanned, it says. And if you have a blah scene, then the effect is going to be unbanning blah. Unblah will also be added to this page of time I found. Unblah, and then when I start, let's see what happens. Do you have the time? Thank you, the red glow box. They said, I love FF because it has the perfect balance between tiny community game and huge game with huge fandom. And yes, we're in a pretty good place right now. So let's see. So they blood, and them blowing banned everyone in the session from ever blowing again. But then they didn't unblood. They never unblood. That's not fair. The target of an unblah has a banned scene named blah. Seriously, guys, what the fuck? Oh, you know what? I think this is my own damn fault. I gave the scene to the time player. And, yeah, fuck. And I didn't save a copy of the scene either. Okay, there it is. So the problem is the time player is so busy helping that they don't do anything else. They just blow once, and then the space player gets in, and they're like, hey, let me help you. So what I need to do is give it to a player who isn't likely to get distracted. I need to give it to the space player again. There we go, there's the space player. I give the space player the power to blah. Just so we can get a good test going. And if that works, I'm going to be done. And then later we can do the same thing for requiring scenes. Alright, so then I'm going to give them unblah. And if this doesn't work, I'm going to get confused. God damn it, the Nameless Empress showed up. That is... Alright, the Mage of Space went God tier, so I don't have to worry yet. God damn it, the Mage of Space is a fucking Violet, and that's why they're getting harassed constantly. They don't even have... There we go, they blood. They fucking blood, and now the Nameless Empress isn't allowed to blah. But... Oh, man. And then Lord English shows up?! How is this fair? I just want to test my AI, you asshole. Alright, unblah's never happening. Why, though? Alright, time to debug. So, unbanning scenes. No, it'd be in the target condition. So not in the effects, but in the conditions. Target has banned scene. Oh. Hi guys! I screwed up! I forgot to actually write the condition. I was so busy. Banned scenes that contains, and no, we're not automatically lowering case right now. It turns out it worked on accident. I am so good at testing, you guys don't even know. I am the best there is when it comes to completely forgetting to actually do the thing I was supposed to be testing for. Alright, so now we've got a mind player. So yeah, the blowing... I see how it worked originally. So what happened was, the target condition was, do you have blah unbanned? Which is nearly nonsensical. So the target condition was just always happening. It was always true. Because if you had it banned, you couldn't use it. Because you were the only one who had blah. So yeah, it was working on accident. At least the banning was working, though, even if the AI parts weren't. So the Witch of Mind immediately alchemizes something instead of blowing. Then she blows. Yeah, everybody gets blood correctly. Blah is unbanned, you guys! Dun, da, 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 dun. Da, 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 da. Oh, yeah, change should be another thing we have for law. Let me go do that real quick. So yeah, everybody keeps asking me, JR, how are you so productive? It's because, like, I'm gonna do one more thing, I say, and then I'm like, wait, I can do this really quick thing real quick, don't worry. And then before you know it, like, I was only gonna be like, oh god, is it already 1:43? You guys, I was supposed to be done 43 minutes ago. I just was supposed to be. Chains. Alright, so... that's 50% of the easy version of law done. I need to get the palette figured out. I'm gonna go pester KR about that. Or I can just, like, try to get the palette, like, manually out of the image Shogun showed me. Actually, let me write down my to-do list right now. To do. Need to get the law palette working. To-do lists remind me what to do when I come back. I need to get the law palette working. I need to get required scenes need to get hooked up to filters. Required scenes need to get hooked up to effects. Work with TG and AW to see where what claspect powers for law only need these. Alright, so when I go back, I'll do that. I may or may not stream again. Gosh, I think it might be weird. Yeah, so my camera is weird, isn't it? I accept that. I guess I'm gonna be done for now, you guys. I don't know why my camera got frozen, but... Why would Law Gun be juice? Alright, see you guys.